Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today is an awesome day. Guys, it's happened. Cloud finally got a banner, and let me just say, I really like the costume. Like, absolutely hats off to Applebot in the last month. I think they've really turned around, at least aesthetically, the costumes, and so I'm really excited to see all this stuff today. I apologize if my voice is a little bit strained. I've been sick for the last like 4 days, so I'm just recovering now, but I'm super excited to be making the video today. And yeah, so that being said, let's check it out. Let's check out the patch updates. Alright, so here we have, today is June 18th, so it does look like there are only 3 updates here today, which is, you know, actually a couple less than we normally have on Wednesdays, but let's just check them out. Alright, so here we have Final Fantasy VI, Crossover Reawakening, Cackling Court, Mage Kefka Event Update. Alright, so here we go. So there are going to be some new rewards for the event. Blue Feather Ornament Exchange has been added. So, you know, this is the typical stuff for a new event like this. It does look like, I thought there would be maybe a little bit more added, but I think it's still going to be okay. And guys, here we go. Guild ranking, Guild Battle 12, number 12 on now. Alright, while I'm here, I do want to make a note that if you guys are looking to get into a guild last minute, our guild, Shiva, in our alliance, CB Shiva, is looking for 1 player. Alright, they are a pretty strong guild, so they will have some, you know, requirements, but if that is something you're looking for, you want to be in a top 20 guild, something like that, then come join our Discord. There's a link in the description of this video, and, you know, I can put you in contact with the leader or sub-leaders of Shiva. So, that being said, guys, it's been 12 months. Can you believe that it's actually been 12 months since we started doing Guild Wars in Ever Crisis, and they've been a ton of fun. I mean, let's be real, there's been some hiccups here and there, a wrench dropped into the transmission every now and then, but all in all, it's been really fun, and it's been, you know, a cool effort seeing everyone kind of competing together, and it's just been a blast, guys. It's so cool to like have a competitive team environment that is based on something that is Final Fantasy VII, which I think, you know, all of us are here because of Final Fantasy VII, or most of us are probably here because of Final Fantasy VII, so I'm super excited on that. So congratulations to the 12th Guild Battle of the year. We've done a full year, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so let's check this out. Okay, so it does look like there are some changes. Stage 1 through 5 are already unlocked for this guild battle. Defeating the Stage 5 boss 5 times unlocks Stage 6. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure why they keep changing this up, because I feel like you typically don't want to mess with something that's already working well, right? So, but hopefully it is a change for the better. I'm optimistic. I'm just a little bit curious. Does that mean that Stage 1 through 5 are literally unlocked as of right now? Does that mean that, like, trying to figure out exactly what this means. So we'll go into the guild battle area a little bit later on in the video, just to kind of unearth the mystery of the red text right here. All right, the Guild War battle period will be June 18th tonight until June 24th at 5:59 p.m. PDT. And the tallying period will be the next 2 days as per our usual. Alright, now let's go down. I believe it is Magic Ice for this one right here. And the additional equipment for the armory is going to be Aerith and Kate Sith. Interesting. I was almost positive that Aerith was going to be one of the key members in this guild war. I mean, she still technically could, but typically you're not really running your armory character as one of your main 3, right? So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. Probably maybe Matt is going to be stepping up for this one right here. Alright, so let's keep going down. Magic Ice abilities are effective. Alright, cool. So let's go back. And here it is. This is like the highlight of the day, guys. Alright, so Cloud new weapon feature draw on now. Costume looks absolutely awesome. We'll take a look at it towards the end of this video, as I usually do. But for me, guys, like, this whole year has been definitely tough where, how can I put it? like, you know, Cloud is my favorite character from Final Fantasy 7. Don't get me wrong, I love all the characters in Final Fantasy 7. That's one of the things that makes it a great game. It makes it a great story. You have a great ensemble cast of characters. But, you know, like from the time I was 13 years old, I was writing Cloud as my signature on stuff. It's actually still to this day my signature on my driver's license. So, you know, I'm hyped to be able to be using Cloud as often as possible, and I'm excited to hopefully get a really OP ultimate weapon for him come the 2-year anniversary. And I'm really hoping that it is the Ultima weapon skin that, you know, he gets, which I think would be just absolutely phenomenal. Alright, so let's go down and take a look at this, right? So here's the weapon, full throttle, super cool name. Command ability, Icicle Axle. Icicle Axle. Interesting. Inflicts up to 1,120% magic ice damage upon a single enemy. Also increases caster's magic attack, and when attacking with target's weakness element, reduces magic defense. Alright, so that's definitely an interesting one. I thought for sure, because Cloud has not got a lot of love, he doesn't have an Ultima weapon, you know, all of that stuff, I thought they were going to for sure put Enfeeble on this. But the enemy boss might be resistant to Enfeeble, and so here we are getting this. Now, whether how good this is or not, I think is, you know, up for debate. But in my Tuple or Not Tuple video, I'll definitely be touching more on this and giving more of my thoughts. Now, as for the gear, rider style, let's go. It looks like this is like a motorcycle jacket. I rode a motorcycle for like 10 years, and I just love everything about it. You know, like it's awesome. I think it looks sweet. And the fact that he has like blonde hair kind of contrasts like the darker elements of the costume, I think really comes together in this kind of light and dark setup right here. So for the first R ability, Physical and Magic Ward, boosts Physical and Magic Defense. And then we have Frost Spell Arcanum with the HP Plus, which seems to be the new next gen like norm. Right, so we get the boost HP and ice ability damage. Like, this thing is awesome. Like, I'm super excited. And then Matt's ultimate weapon, Gladius, is on here. Super powerful ultimate weapon. Really wish that I could get it, but very unlikely since I'm trying only to pull one banner to the costume this month. So I'd have to get it in like less than eight pulls or so. So, you know, if you guys got it, congratulations. It is a great weapon. All right, and then we have this new wallpaper right here, which is super cool. So I'm really excited about this, guys. I think it's super cool and refreshing. All right, well, honestly, there's that's gonna do it for the notices. I'm gonna take a quick look at the shop right here. All right, so we have a guild battle shop. So we have some Yuffie and Cloud tickets right here. We have the standard 10 premium tickets. We have a Cloud pack right here. Alright, and the Yuffie one, which to this day I think are still great bundles. So Yuffie and Cloud paired, obviously they're going to be decimating together in this guild war. So, you know, but nothing crazy right here. I'm really curious to see the shops for like Dragon Quest and especially the 2-year anniversary. I hope they kind of, you know, give us something a little bit surprising. I think that would be pretty fun. Alright, now let's go take a look. First we'll go to the guild and take a look right here to see if stages 1 through 5 are actually open right now. That'd be like a total game changer, I think. Alright, so let's go through here. Guild Battle 12. Here we go. By the way, best of luck to everyone tonight. Alright. Okay, alright, so it does, let me see here. Defeat stage 5 times. So let's go to stage 1. Select. Alright, okay, so it's not open. So apparently you have to clear stage 5 times in order to open stage 6. So a little bit funky. Not exactly, I'm like a bit apprehensive to the change just because, you know, people get used to how it is. I don't really see necessarily the boon of changing up the format. That's something that everybody is really used to. I think that, you know, if it already worked, why mess with it? And the problem with messing with it is that, you know, Applebot is not necessarily known for a perfectly clean slate, right, in the past. So, you know, if something goes wrong, which, you know, things go wrong when you're developing video games, there's bumps along the roads, of course. So, but I think there's not really a reason to risk it. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it pans out. All right, now going to the draw right here. Let's go over to the featured draw right here. I mean, come on, guys. These costumes have been so good lately. I mean, the Sephiroth one, super cool. Let's go in here and let's try this on right here. I like the weapon. It looks super sick. He's got the boots right here, the torn jeans. I mean, I'm just digging the vibe. I'm not sure about the knee pads. Is this actual knee pads? Or I guess it's a part of the jeans. So, you know, I lived in Japan for a while, and they've got some pretty wild fashion in Tokyo, you know, kind of stuff like this. So I definitely feel where they're going with this. Man, he's got a lot of rings on. But all in all, I think I really like this costume, guys. I think it looks super cool. It complements the weapon. He's got the 7th Heaven leather jacket on. The pouch in the back, I'm not sure. But, you know, it is what it is. It's kind of like a little fanny pack, which I think, you know, is a bit contrasting for like a motorcycle rider. But, you know, I mean, well, I guess we'll be looking at the fanny pack the whole time when we're playing them. But yeah, all in all, I think the costume is overall great, guys. And then to take a quick look at the weapon, ooh, I like the kind of rainbow coloring going on in the blade right here. I think it's pretty sick. So let's take a quick look before I do my to pull or not to pull video, which will drop tomorrow. Alright, so at OB1, 720% magic ice damage. The magic attack increase is low to high. When hitting target's weakness, magic defense is decreased, low to mid. Or I apologize, low to mid on the magic attack. Alright, so that's interesting. Then we have 32/15 ice potency, double magic attack boost, and circle sigil boost. Alright, so taking it to OB6 goes to 940%. Alright, goes to mid to high, but you'll be basically chain casting this over and over, so it doesn't really matter that it's not high on the first attack, I would say. Alright, and then quickly take a look at OB10. The magic attack 679, a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. Still waiting for that day, that magical day when we break 700 raw. But it is going to hit that 1,120% magic ice damage with no preliminary factor to affect the percent, which is great. And so, yeah, overall, pretty sweet, guys. It is cool to see Cloud get something, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm curious what you guys think. Are you guys amped on the weapon? What do you think about the magic attack up, magic defense down? It is an interesting one. We haven't gotten something like that before. And I'm also curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the stages on Guild War, because it's definitely a switch up from what we're used to. So a little bit of a curveball coming in from Applebot, but you know, we're just going to have to do our best out there. So like I said earlier, if you guys are still looking for a guild, Shiva is recruiting 1 player. So just reach out in the Discord and we can get you guys sorted. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.